If you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you would know that there's something that I do with my drone that has become somewhat of a yearly tradition. Every year, in early January, I go up to Riviera Beach and I use my drone to film the manatees, who travel south to escape the cold weather in northern Florida. In the very first video that I did on this subject, I explained that even though many of these manatees may go as far south as the Florida Keys, a considerable number was gathering by the FPL power station in Riviera Beach. Those manatees had discovered that the waters by the power plant were being used to cool the turbines before being returned to the sea. This relatively higher water temperature made it very comfortable for the manatees and saved them an extended trip further south. Last year, though, something grabbed my attention. The number of manatees coming here seemed to have dwindled. So this year I decided to go back to verify my findings. Because in scientific observation, one set of data cannot be used to draw a conclusion. So with the data gathered in 2020, 2021, and last year in 2022, I decided to go back and see if there was indeed a trend. After one of the coldest weeks on record, the last week of December 2022, I decided to go to Riviera Beach to continue my yearly tradition. Was I in for a surprise? With so few manatees around, I began to worry. What was happening? That was a question I asked myself as I left Riviera Beach that day. However, being the scientist at heart that I am, I decided that I would return sometime within another 2 weeks to do a second check. So I did return a week later and did another flight and saw some improved numbers, but nothing like what I saw back in 2022. And even then, 2022 had less numbers than the previous 2 years. What was happening? A month later, I ran across this article on the internet. After reading the article, it occurred to me that the manatees might be heading further south to greener pastures, so to speak. I like to keep a positive outlook, and without sufficient data to draw any other conclusion, I prefer to think that the manatees have moved on to better food sources. Nevertheless, I can't help but realize that this is a problem created by humans. As mentioned in the article, human activity is killing off their food sources and is possibly forcing them to go elsewhere. Not to mention those manatees that are killed by boats traveling too fast within the intracoastal. If we don't change the way we do things, this problem could get worse.